Welcome back, everyone, to Under the Hood. Happy New Year. Happy 2025. Today, I'm going to briefly talk about assessing your skills for the job market. In 2025, it is extremely important to have an in-depth understanding of your technical, communication, management, and organization skills. And it's important to understand how those skills transfer across various roles and various industries. I'm going to pull a few examples that are relevant for academics that are on the job market this year. Number one, attention to detail. So, attention to detail is more of a character trait, but also doubles as an important skill. So, as a PhD researcher, most of us have high attention to detail. This is going to serve you well in government positions that require timely and thorough production of outputs, particularly those that have legal implications. Work needs to be thorough, clear, high quality, and technically accurate because compliance is usually on the line. The next skill I want to talk about is teaching. Okay, so if you were a teaching assistant, if you led a discussion section, if you led a lab, you have skills that translate to all industries. For instance, creating slides and creating lecture materials reflects your ability to storytell. And this is a very important skill to have if you are in a role that requires quite a bit of communication, both orally and in graphic form. This could be useful if you have a public facing role where you have to discuss complex technical details to a non-technical audience. So make sure that you describe your teaching and TA experience as one that has prepared you for both graphic and oral storytelling, which is incredibly important for most roles today. The next skill I want to highlight is artistic skills. So if you have found yourself doodling or creating digital art, this skill will serve you well in most positions that require you to write technical memos, technical reports, or other public-facing documents. Specifically, academics that are artistically inclined will do well in consulting, where the byproducts and outputs have to be visually appealing. An artistic academic will also do well in roles that have public-facing communication. Fourth, I want to talk about opinion editorial writing or op-ed writing. Op-ed writing usually combines technical details and leverages that information to support some sort of public action or some sort of ask. Op-ed writing can serve you well if your job requires you to make public comment. So this is a skill that could be incredibly useful in the nonprofit space, particularly if you have to lobby the government or politicians. Fellowship writing. Don't take for granted if you have won any academic fellowships, scholarships that required you to write personal statements and research plans. This skill is incredibly transferable if you plan to go into a role that requires business development or that centers around philanthropy. If you know how to sell a technical idea to raise money, then fellowship writing translates into persuasive writing, where you translate technical ideas into plain language communication. I want to talk about those of you who have laboratory experience. Most academic researchers who have spent the bulk of their graduate studies learning and becoming an expert in one specific instrument, say a gas chromatograph or a mass spectrometer, if you are going into a position that requires you to become skilled in the use of another instrument, the ability to learn how to use those instruments is directly transferable for other instrumentation. Don't undersell the fact that you are a quick learner and that you can apply your technical skills for other instrumentation. So that'll do it for this brief discussion of assessing your skills. If I missed anything or if there's any skills that you can think of that are highly transferable across sector, drop a comment below. Thank you for listening, and I will catch you in the next video.